So I was trying to think, some metaphors for how like a freestyler relates to choreography. It's really tough. It's, I think dance is such a tough world to make it by monetarily. It's very tough to find your path, and it's really, if people are saying you're in it for the money, it's kind of like they haven't really thought about the path. Because it's like there's very few avenues to make money with this. What we do is freestyle dance, and if you're doing it for the money, you haven't really contemplated your other options. But so you could do it for many other things, whether it's attention or fame or things like that. But there's very few people that have kind of made an avenue where they can actually survive or actually have a surplus of money. Some people that go viral, or they get on a TV show or things like that. Normally though, it's not a straight freestyler. It's like a person that does a combination of freestyle and choreo. And for me, I was trying to think of like what is choreo, and I don't. When I was first starting out, I used to hate on it so much, and I was like, "What are you doing? Why are you hating on it?" I think a lot of freestyle is part of the culture that I was brought up in. Like coming from the street dance, like it's not really like in the culture. It's not really respected. I don't know. People are bitter, I think, because it feels like the choreo world just kind of cherry picks moves from the authentic culture and puts them on the mainstream and makes money off of it. And I don't know, like there may be some truth to that. But there's also another perspective. There's a whole other side to it, and there is an art in creatively designing movement and choreographing it, and also getting a synchronized group together. Like this is hard work. It takes skill. It's not like I could do that. And some people are blessed being in the right place at the right time, and they get these opportunities to choreograph stuff. And I'm sure there's a fair amount of nepotism in that, where people know people and they're getting the opportunities. But the street dance is kind of like, the street dance world is kind of like evangelistic, kind of religious about, and kind of like puts freestyle on a pedestal and makes it kind of they pride themselves in the authenticity. And that's got its pros and cons for sure. I was trying to think of like a legit metaphor, nothing like with any negative outlook on it or positive, like something that actually kind of translates. And maybe y'all could help me think of one. This is just thoughts, but it's kind of like somebody gives you, say you go to an audition, somebody gives you a speech to memorize in a certain amount of time, and then you have to say those words like it's your words, and like act out the speech. And I think that's a pretty fair assessment. It's like, I think it's hard if you're not used to acting to really take someone else's movement and make it yours. It's difficult, but we don't hate on actors. We love actors. We love people's roles and plays and things like that. But when it comes to kind of like the choreo scene and the freestyle scene, for some reason we've become super bitter. And part of that is because there's just not much money to go around either, right? And there's not much money floating in the freestyle scene. So it's also like those words that are in the speech are from from somebody or from somewhere, and there's not really the credit that's getting, like, the underground world is, the currency is respect. So when there is no credit given to the movement that's being done, there's no, but it's not like the choreographer's fault. It's like there's no there's no place to give credit. Like, where are you gonna put the name next to every movement that's done? There's no trademarks, you know. And where, like, there's still argument in the underground scene of where this stuff, like where the movement actually comes from, and so many people are gonna say they created it, you know. So it's a tough world. And then freestyle's kind of like, you know, it's like a freestyle rapper. Choreo's like having a ghostwriter that's writing some kind of like more mainstream thing. Now, choreo doesn't have to be mainstream, obviously, but like, it's a ghostwriter that's writing for you, and you have to spit it like it's like your bars, you know. And then you have a freestyler who's like spitting off the top, and occasionally they have like the illest set, you know, the illest, like the illest freestyle, and then sometimes it's a flop too. So yeah, just some thoughts on like choreo and freestyle, and I'm sure I'll be making some more thoughts. I'm gonna get some guests on here to really have a discussion, because it's kind of weird. I'm talking to a phone by myself all the time. So anyways, y'all, peace.